Hey guys, Ogunslav here from Fire and Refuge. I've got episode 3 of Appalachian Herbal Medicine for you. Let's get started. Number 1. Adam and Eve, also known as a putty root. A perennial wildflower that grows from rounded corms that are often linked by a short rhizome. There are 7 to 15 flowers per stem, light to dark brown, about half an inch long, and sometimes slightly purple towards the base of the 3 petals. The lower petal is small, white, 3-lobed with magenta markings. Each plant only has 1 or 2 leaves. Its blooming period is May to June. It's used throughout history for its aphrodisiac properties, attributing to its name. It also is a mild sedative and can be used to alleviate minor aches and pains. The part used of the plant is the root, and its native range can be found throughout the Appalachian regions, along creek beds and the base of slopes. Number 2. American spikenard, also known as Indian root, life of man, and spignut. It's a large, perennial plant that grows up to 3 to 6 feet tall. It has large compound leaves with multiple oval leaflets that have serrated edges. Small, greenish-white to purplish flowers that grow in a large cluster at the top of the stems. Dark purple to reddish berries in late summer and fall with a thick aromatic root system. Traditionally, it was used in Native American and early herbal medicines for respiratory ailments, digestive issues, and as a general tonic. It was thought to purify the blood and support lung health. The berries are not commonly eaten, but can be used to make jams or dyes. The roots have been used in teas or tonics. American spikenard can be found throughout all of Appalachia, usually found in forest and shaded woodlands, and usually along riverbanks as well. Number 3. Spreading dogbane, also known as flytrap dogbane and bitterroot. It's a perennial plant that grows 1 to 3 feet tall. It has slender, reddish, and often branching stems that exude a milky latex when broken. Opposite, oval to lance-shaped leaves with smooth edges and a slightly glossy surface. The flowers are small, bell-shaped, and pale pink with darker pink stripes blooming in the summer. Slender, elongated seed pods can be found in the late summertime that split open to release fluffy seeds. Historically, it's been used in small amounts as a cardiac stimulant, diuretic, and laxative, but it can be toxic in high doses. It's also commonly found as a pollinator to attract bees and butterflies, especially monarchs. Its native range can be found all throughout Appalachia, along woodlands, roadsides, meadows, and sandy soils. Number 4. Indian hemp, also known as hemp dogbane, prairie dogbane, and wild cotton. It's a perennial herb growing 3 to 4 feet in height. The most common use for this plant, like most species of hemp, was the strong fibers of the stalk called bast fibers. These fibers are extracted and can be harvested for a wide range of various textiles. It's found throughout Appalachia in sunny spots with disturbed soils. When harvesting, be sure to wear gloves, as the milky sap can cause blisters with prolonged direct exposure to skin. However, if harvested, you can mix in sugar and other flavorings, allow it to sit out and dry overnight, and can be used as a natural chewing gum due to high latex found in the sap. It should be noted that although they do look very similar, spreading dogbane and Indian hemp are different plants. Indian hemp looks the exact same, except that it usually has a greener stem and smaller, less showy flowers. So, I know that this video series is about medicinal plants, and being that every single part of this plant is poisonous, you might be wondering, why are you including it on this list? And that's a fair question. Well, when dosed correctly, historically this plant has been used in deworming people of the intestines and the heart. However, because of its lethality, I have to give the disclaimer that I do not recommend you dosing yourself with this plant unless you are prescribed by an actual doctor or a certified herbalist.
Alright, got that out of the way. Let's get back to the video.
And number 5, wild sarsaparilla, also known as false sarsaparilla, shot bush, and small spikenard. Wild sarsaparilla is a low-growing perennial plant that spreads via underground rhizomes. It typically reaches 12 to 24 inches in height, and it has a single, smooth, leafless flowering stalk that produces a small, spherical clusters of tiny, greenish-white flowers. 3 compound leaves per plant, each with 5 oval, serrated leaflets. It has small, round, dark purple berries in the late summer, and aromatic horizontal rhizomes are growing underground like I mentioned before. Traditionally, it's been used by indigenous people for treating coughs, colds, stomach issues, and as a general tonic. The roots were historically brewed into teas and beverages similar to true sarsaparilla and sometimes used in root beer recipes. It thrives in deciduous and mixed forest, shaded woodlands, and along forest edges all throughout the southeastern portion of Appalachia. Unlike American spikenard, which is mentioned previously, wild sarsaparilla has underground rhizomes that allow it to form dense colonies. It's sometimes mistaken for true sarsaparilla, but they are unrelated. The berries are edible but have a slightly bitter taste, and the roots have a strong spicy aroma.
That's all I have for this episode. I hope you guys found it useful. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and like this video. It really helps us out a lot here. I'm Ogunslaw from Firewind Refuge. Go hug a tree. We'll see you next time.